When people think about pursuing a master's degree, they often focus on the program, the curriculum, or the qualification they will earn. While these are important, there's also something equally valuable that cannot be found in a brochure or even in a website: the people behind the journey.
That is absolutely right, Joseph. Every student and alumnus carries a unique story. Stories of ambition, challenge overcome, career transition, personal growth, and achievements that begin with a single decision to invest in themselves. Tonight, it is an opportunity to hear those stories firsthand from the people who had lived the Manchester experience.
So, whether you're exploring your next academic step, considering a career move, or simply curious about what life is really like as a Manchester student, our speakers will provide honest insights, practical advice, and personal experiences that can help you guide on your own journey.
And beyond the degrees and job titles, you will discover something that makes the University of Manchester community truly special. A network of individuals from diverse backgrounds, industries, and nationalities, united by a shared commitment to growth, excellence, and making a positive impact.
For nearly 2 decades here in Dubai, we have the privilege of supporting thousands of professionals as they balance work, family, and study while pursuing their goals. Many of them started exactly where you are today, asking questions, exploring possibilities, and wondering whether this was the right next step. And tonight you'll hear it directly from those who took that step. We encourage you to listen, engage, and ask questions. This session is designed to be interactive, authentic, and informative. Thank you for choosing to spend your evening with us. We hope you leave inspired, informed, and perhaps a little closer to your own next chapter. My name is Jose Ranyola, and welcome to Meet Our Students and Alumni.
And my name is Faris Al-Anizi, Program Counselor for the University of Manchester, Dubai. أنا فارس فواز العنزي مستشار برامج في جامعة مانشستر دبي. Before we begin, let's take a moment to explore the University of Manchester, not just a world-leading university, but also as a part of a vibrant city and global community that is shaping the future through innovation, groundbreaking research, and meaningful impact around the world. Committed to the world-class research, outstanding teaching and learning, and a strong sense of social responsibility, the University of Manchester is recognized as one of the UK's largest and most respected universities. Founded in 1824 and a proud member of the prestigious Russell Group, Manchester has built an incredible legacy, not only in education, but also in shaping society through innovation and discovery. Over the years, the university has been associated with 26 Nobel Prize winners and has been at the forefront of some of the world's most groundbreaking discoveries, from splitting the atom to the discovery of graphene. That spirit of excellence continues today. The commitment to excellence continue to be recognized on the global stage. The Manchester Global Executive MBA is ranked 21st in the world, while the Manchester MBA ranked an impressive 40th globally in the QS Global MBA rankings. Allianz Manchester Business School is also ranked among the world's leading business school, placing it with the global top 50 in the Financial Times Global MBA rankings. Adding to these achievements, the school remains among the elite top 1% of business school worldwide, to hold the prestigious triple accreditation from AACSP, MBA, and EQUIS. But beyond the rankings, achievements, and the global recognition, what truly makes Manchester special is it is people. The university is dedicated to developing leaders who don't simply adapt to change, they challenge it, influence it, and create it. Leaders who are equipped to make a meaningful impact in their organizations, communities, and the world around them. Because the Manchester, because at Manchester, success isn't measured only by what you achieve, it is measured by the impact you make. The University of Manchester has consistently set by the benchmarking for global higher education, not only through academic excellence, but through its commitment to creating meaningful impact in society. Since the introduction of the Global Impact Rankings in 2019, Manchester has remained a leader on the world stage, standing as the only university to rank within the global top 10 every year. As of June 2026, the leadership continues, with Manchester ranked first in the UK, first in Europe, and second globally. These achievements are more than rankings. They reflect a deep and enduring commitment to advancing social responsibility, driving sustainable progress, and creating positive change for communities around the world. Here in the Middle East, the University of Manchester established its presence in Dubai Knowledge Park in 2006, creating a gateway for professionals across the region to access a world-class Manchester education. Today, we proudly celebrate 20 years of excellence under the theme Strong Together, a milestone that reflects the partnership, achievements, and community we have built over the past 2 decades. At the heart of this journey are our people. We are a diverse and truly global community, bringing together professionals from different backgrounds, different industries, and cultures, all connected by a shared ambition to learn, grow, and make a meaningful impact. Our vibrant alumni network continues to strengthen these connections, fostering lifelong relationships that extend well beyond the graduation and into the wider professional world. As a key hub with Alliance Manchester Business Schools International Network, the Dubai branch forms part of a global presence that spans Manchester, Shanghai, Singapore, and Hong Kong, connecting our students and alumni to a worldwide community of leaders and decision makers. Our portfolio of programs is designed to support professionals at every stage of their career journey, from specialized master degree and globally recognized MBA programs to executive education designed for today's business challenges. Most recently, we reached another significant milestone with the award of institutional license from the UAE Ministry of Higher Education and full program accreditation, further reinforcing our commitment to delivering the highest standards of academic quality and excellence. It is a proud achievement of our community and a testament to the standards, values, and impact that continue to define the University of Manchester in Dubai. Our executive education programs are designed for managers and leaders, delivered in an intensive face-to-face format over 4 to 5 days. Over 4 to 5 days. Each program can be taken individually or combined to achieve Manchester Professional Diploma in Leadership. Participants also receive digital recognition for each course completed, making it a flexible and impactful way to develop professionally. And that is up to 5,500 sterling pounds every course you take. Please scan the QR code of the courses and avail 15% discount on the executive studies. I'll give you a few minutes to scan it, please.
Thank you, Faris. Faris is our program counselor based in Saudi Arabia. So we do have our program counselor now stationed in Saudi Arabia. So for those of you who wants to know more about the program, Faris is the expert in Saudi Arabia for that matter. Thank you, Faris. And also we also joined today, Faris, by Omar Smail. Omar is our newly appointed careers and alumni manager. Omar, we just say hi hello to everybody.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you all for joining us, and thank you to our panelists as well for joining us on this evening. My name is Omar Smaili. I'm the Careers and Alumni Relations Manager based in Dubai. I handle everything that has to do with the career services with the university that handles basically the career pathways that you would like to achieve based on your different goals and different, let's say, milestones that you would like to get out of the program, as well as the relations and engagement of the alumni afterwards. And it's a pleasure to meet you all. And if you have any questions, please feel free.
You'll see more of Omar in our upcoming events, our 20 years tour across the Gulf and the upcoming quarter of this year. Thank you, Omar, for joining us today. And again, let's now meet our incredible students and alumni of the University of Manchester, Dubai. Starting off with our finance director at Sodexo, Kelvin UAE, with over 15 years of international experience across the Middle East, Africa, and the UK, and even Australia. He specializes in aligning financial strategy with business growth, overseeing financial planning, reporting, and performance across diverse sectors, including oil and gas, energy, healthcare, defense, corporate, and education. A graduate of the Global Executive MBA and a qualified CGMA, he brings strong expertise in data driven decision making, stakeholder engagement, and transformational leadership with a focus on driving sustainable growth and complex and multicultural environments. Please welcome our very good friend, Mitchell Van Wyk. Mitchell, how are you doing?
Hi, Justin. Thank you very much for the introduction and good evening to all.
Thank you again, Mitchell. Our next guest is a PYP educator at ACS International School, Doha. With over 5 years of experience in the international education sector in Qatar, she currently serves as a G2 homeroom teacher and team leader and has held middle leadership roles, including grade level lead and Jolly Phonics program lead. She holds a teaching diploma and a postgraduate certificate in international education from the University of Bath, UK. Passionate about student centered learning, she's committed to fostering curiosity, critical thinking, and a lifelong love for reading through inclusive and engaging learning environments. Help me welcome Sarah El Khanji. Sarah, good evening there in Doha.
Hello, good evening. Good evening to everybody. How are you?
Very good, Sarah. Looking forward for this conversation tonight. Thank you for joining us. Another special guest is an experienced education leader and assistant head teacher at Anthem Schools Trust with over 13 years of experience across the UK, US, and UAE education sectors. She specializes in teaching and learning leadership, curriculum design, coaching, and school improvement within multicultural and high-performing environments. She is an alumnus of Masters in Education Leadership and Practice at the University of Manchester, Dubai. Please welcome Chantelle Asante. Chantelle, always a pleasure.
Hi, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning for some.
So Chantelle is currently in London now, yes, Chantelle?
I am in London.
All right. Looking forward for this conversation. Thank you, Chantelle. Our next guest is an accomplished educational leader, currently serving as the IB MYP Coordinator at Ellesmere College in Riyadh. With over a decade of experience in international schools in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, she has worked across diverse curricula, including British, American, and IB schools. She holds an international PGCE from the University of Nottingham and is pursuing a master's in arts and education leadership and practice at the University of Manchester, Dubai, further enhancing her commitments to fostering innovative and inclusive educational environments. Please welcome Malak Wagih. Malak, hello there in Riyadh. How are you doing?
Hello, Jason. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today.
Thank you, Malak. And our next special guest is the Group Managing Director of BAE Systems Air, bringing over 2 decades of leadership experience in the aerospace and defense industry. He leads global teams responsible for the design, manufacture, and support of advanced military aircraft and systems, driving innovation, strategic growth, and operational excellence. He also served as a chairman of MBDA, Europe's leading complex weapon provider. He is an alumnus of Harvard Business School and is recognized for his commitment to delivering advanced technologies and support global security and defense capabilities. He is also a graduate of the Global MBA and a graduate of the Masters in Financial Management. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Simon Barnes.
Hi, Jason. Thank you. Good evening, everyone, or good morning, wherever you are. I'm in London, so it's a warm afternoon here, but great to be with you all, and thanks for the very kind introduction.
There we go. So we have Mitchell here in the UAE, representing UAE, Chantelle and Simon in London, Malak in Riyadh, and of course, Sarah in Doha. So yeah, let's stop this sharing mode right now so I can see everybody in my screen. All right, let's keep on your cameras, everybody. So pretty much, as I said, this is going to be a very spontaneous event. We would like to know more about your experience to help individuals who are actually our guests for tonight to make a decision if this will be the right fit for them, like what you have decided before. So let me ask you the very first question to you, Chantelle. In the first place, a lot of choices there, but why Manchester to begin with?
Yeah, there are a lot of choices. I did my master's over COVID. Weirdly enough, it sounds so crazy to say that now. And I'll be honest with you, one of the major reasons why I chose Manchester was actually the people that I communicated with in terms of the admission process. So when I was looking at different universities, I honestly, I can't even remember her name now, but I do remember the conversation that we had. It was very personable, and you'll probably get it throughout this conversation. And Jocelyn, you already know, I'm a very bubbly and personable person. So I think that there was just a connection there. And when she was talking about the course and I was talking about my trajectory and what I wanted to do, there was so much alignment between the two that it didn't take much for me to say, okay, yeah, this is the place for me to do it. And like I said, because I did mine through over COVID, essentially, I was actually supposed to move back home to London that particular year, and I didn't manage to move back, but at that particular time. But the University of Manchester was so accommodating. I can't even say how much. So accommodating to the fact that I was on the program, that I was still in Dubai. It was amazing that they had a campus in Dubai, which is quite nice, Jocelyn, because when I was, attending, the campus wasn't as big as it is now, and it's got its own actual campus as well that where people can go and physically take classes. So we didn't have all of that at that particular time, but they did have a cohort in Dubai, so that was really nice that I was able to connect with people that were in either Dubai or the Middle Eastern area, and then also those connects with the Far East Asian areas too. So yeah, a lot of kind of the outsides and the outskirts of the program is what drew me to it. And again, when I looked at the course content, it was actually what I want to do and moving me towards the direction that I want to go to, and that all aligned. So there was nothing but a yes from me.
Thank you for that. I remember your batch, Chantelle. I think you're pretty much the first 2 batches that came in during the pandemic. So yeah, that was tough though. But yeah, it was incredible that you guys are done now. So yeah, but
I'm still here to tell the tale.
Yeah, well, I have a follow-up question, Chantelle. What inspired you to pursue a career in education, and how did you own educational experiences shape the leader you are today?
Yeah, by the time I got onto the course, I had actually already worked in three different continents, so to speak. So I'd worked in the UK, I worked in the US, and I worked in the UAE already. And I wanted to further and deepen my understanding for education. And through that, also use my master's as a platform to gain more recognition and to do things more within the leadership space. And a question that I get asked quite often, as Joseph knows, I do a lot of these talks quite often, but a question that I do get asked quite often is, why did I do a master's over the MPQH or the MP, like the kind of the MPQ model? And for me, I just felt that the master's would give me a broader insight, and also open me up in a broader way as well. With the MPQH, it is more just for education, whereas on this model, yes, it's educational leadership, but there was a lot about like the business of education that we learned as well, and the policies of education that we learned. So with that, there were intertwining models and intertwining concepts that that we were able to tap into. So for, yeah, again, because I want to be on SLT, which I am now on that entry level of SLT and moving upwards, I said the master's for me in educational leadership definitely was something that I wanted to do. And it was one of the topics or the courses that I always talk about is policies in education. And that's kind of a dream of mine to be in the Houses of Parliament. So please look out at some point, everyone. But to be in the Houses of Parliament and just advocating for education, and advocating for children, and that's my dream and that's my goal. So it was lovely that I was able to, and insightful that I was able to take a course in that and actually delve deeper into that to have that understanding.
Thank you for that, Chantelle. Looking forward for more of you soon and your upcoming events, even regardless of where you are right now, Chantelle. I know that you're coming back home. Thanks, Chantelle.
Yes.
Sarah, same question for you. You have decided to do a master's in education, leadership, and practice. Are we your first choice by any chance, or was we are the first choice by any chance?
Yes, definitely. Yes, you were the first choice. Actually, University of Manchester was the only university that I've approached and I have had like a meeting with. And it was really interesting for me that I do remember her name, Akanska, I think.
Akansha, yes, Akansha.
Yes. She was someone who really understood my goal, who really understood why I was so hesitant to take that step, because I'm already juggling here. I'm very worried about like balancing my time and balancing my schedule, especially that like I'm a mother of two little boys, like under 5. So it was a big decision for me. And she explained to me how it was really flexible. She dedicated like 40 minutes to explain to me everything. I've had 2 meetings with her. It was very personal. The team was always there. And like instantly I felt that this is the university I want to continue with. Besides how like luxurious and prestigious degree I will be getting, like the end result is so amazing. But at the same time, also the opportunity of having that branch very close to me to be able to go like to the workshops, because I was really interested in a program that was not only online, that also offers me the opportunity of like networking and meeting people and meeting the professors. So it was the perfect choice. And being my first year, I'm very proud of the decision I took, and I'm very happy with what I'm doing right now.
Is education was the plan from the very beginning, Sarah, that you want to be an educator? That's the intention?
Well, at the beginning, actually, I have a bachelor's in nursing, so that was a big
Okay.
shift for me. It was a big shift for me. But then like both jobs, whether a teacher or a nurse, they're both like very selfless. Like you're only focused on the helping people and supporting them and meeting with others. So when I moved into education, it was something that I've always loved to do. And I have no regrets. I've continued. I've did my PGC. I've did my teaching diploma. And now that I've had I'm still a young leader, and I've been in middle leadership positions, as you've mentioned, and I'm currently taking the Grade 2 team lead. And since I joined ACS, I've been a team lead. And now I feel like I'm ready for the next step. I'm ready to move like with the SLTs and hopefully achieve higher goals and higher leadership positions.
And hopefully, this first year of yours here right now with Manchester taking up the ELIP program would really be helpful in the upcoming plans
It
of yours.
definitely did. Like it definitely did. Like it shaped my personality more. It shaped my conversations with others, with how I'm leading the meetings, with how, especially that it tackles a lot the internationalism and international education, and being in Qatar, meeting a lot of people from different cultures, different backgrounds, like having to find that common ground and communicating in the most professional and persuasive manner is something very challenging here. So the modules that we're learning now, like they properly align with the challenges and tensions that we go through, like on like daily meetings, daily activities. So it really fits and aligns well with what I had in mind. So yeah.
Great to know. Great to know, Sarah. Great to know. Thanks for that. Malak, for you, why Manchester and why ELIP, Education, Leadership, and Practice to begin with?
Yeah, so it took me 2 years actually to decide on Manchester, I'd
2 years,
say.
okay.
2 years. So the first time I met Remy, she was all excited about it. She invited me to come and meet with her. She was in Riyadh for a few days running one of your marketing campaigns, I believe. And Remy was so smart in the sense that she spoke about everything that I'm worried about. And then later on, she would check in every few months to try and pull me back. And then she was able to hook me up with some educators and leaders who have done the same ELIP program from the same country. And this was really encouraging for me because like listening to them, their experience and how it felt from them, it really encouraged me to move forward and do it with Manchester. But this was only one thing. The other thing, I was really intrigued by the idea of it being a blended program. I love the idea that I can meet colleagues from different international schools in the Gulf. And unlike previous experience that I had before, I met with educators from different parts all over the globe. And sometimes it can feel a bit isolating. But when you meet international educators from Gulf countries, let's say, yes, they all come from different nationalities, different backgrounds, but we all work in similar contexts. So our conversations almost always felt relevant. And I found this to be very valuable. I'm loving the experience so far, and this what brought me to Manchester, I believe.
So let's take me back on that 2 years, Malak. So was that Remy after speaking to you, and then 2 years after, or is that after 2 years and then Remy spoke to you? Then you know what? I'll join the program right away.
Yeah, 2 years after I've met Remy in the Marriott.
Okay.
Yes. No, it was Sheraton, actually. It was Sheraton Riyadh. So 2 years after I've met her, yeah, she kept coming back every few months through WhatsApp. And I was like, hey, Malak, how's everything going?
Okay. We come often in Riyadh, that's why. We want to see everybody there. So yeah, that's good. That's a good story. Thank you, Malak. All right, let's go to Simon. Simon, oh my God, man, 2 programs, 1 with Harvard, 2 with Manchester. How's that possible for you, man?
Yeah, when you look back on that, you think I was on one of these calls a long time ago, and you
Yes.
sit on the other side of it now and think, how did I achieve all that? But perhaps worth going back to the start. So as you can tell, I'm British, and I was born near Manchester, so I have an affinity with not only university, but I had some first-hand knowledge about the quality of what Manchester is as an institution. I think we've got to go right the way back to Manchester being, a truly world-class educational institution, and the way it projects education across the globe. So I had a good knowledge of that, and I was lucky enough to be part of the global executive MBA program a long time ago. What brought me specifically to Dubai was I was in the Middle East. I was running a business in Saudi, and it's a big, complex business, and I needed to equip myself with if I'm honest, a lot more financial management understanding. I needed to be a master's level. I probably should have done it sooner, but similar to some of tonight's other speakers, it takes a little bit of time to get yourself confident that you're going to be able to dedicate what you need to dedicate to get something like this done. And it is, it's a serious life challenge, but the outcome of it is incredible. So I took a bit of time, like Malak, to be clear that it was worthwhile and I could invest the time. And what I found in Dubai was a couple of things that really swung it for me. One was the ability to be in the Gulf, and I've been living there for maybe 5 years. I was in Riyadh, I was in Saudi, I was all across the Gulf region. But the structure of the course was particularly exciting because you could run a business, you could contribute, as you have to with staff, with customers, and then you could take time out and you could be in Dubai and you could focus, but you were never too far away, and you were able to be 1 foot in the business and 1 foot focused on education. And I think that in itself was a big thing for me. So not being too far away and always being around the business. Second thing is the quality of both the facilities and the faculty. What you have in Dubai and what you've assembled is a world-class faculty. You're bringing together people from lots of different backgrounds in terms of educational teaching and knowledge. And so for my particular course, which is financial management, the quality of the faculty made a huge difference. And truly, they would spend a huge amount of time with us as students, really helping us understand not just some of the theory from the past, but where are we now and where are we going? And I think everyone that was on my cohort shared the view that the teaching was excellent and the individuals around that were fantastic. And then I think, as Sarah, Malak, and others have said, and Chantelle, when you turn up at the campus, it is a great place to be. And I think that if you're going to spend the time, if you're going to dedicate part of your life to this, and you're going to sacrifice, and your family are going to make some sacrifices, and you're going to really put your heart and soul into this, which you should, and it demands it, then to be in a place which is as high quality as that, I think is really important. And therefore, it doesn't feel like in any way that it diminishes the challenge, but in fact, being there was wonderful. And the people that you meet, some of them I'm still in WhatsApp groups now with many years on, and you end up helping people in terms of jobs and employment. You form a network. It's such an accelerator for that because there are so many different industries all coming together. So yeah, I would sum it up as, I think, a fantastic facility, a great faculty, and the people you meet, they're like you, they're like me, they're like people on that you're hearing from tonight. They're really good people, and that makes the whole, I think, experience really enjoyable.
And Simon, talking about your WhatsApp group, which is more, the MBA or your financial management classmates of yours?
or financial management, because it's interesting and exciting. That's a pitch for financial management masters. Yeah, great people, all spread across the Gulf, all doing different things, but Dubai and the Dubai Centre and Manchester ties us together. So it's a lovely legacy.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Simon. Thank you for the kind words. And of course, Mitchell, I've seen your journey, my friend, from day one until graduation day. Mitchell, for you, why Manchester to begin with? What's the reason behind it?
Well, Justin, I think if we look back to why I wanted an MBA in the first place, I'd reached a position within the company that I was quite confident with, being a finance director, but I had no qualifications. I didn't go to university, didn't have a bachelor's. It was purely based on experience. And I was looking for that credibility. First of all, Manchester has the credibility as a university. As Simon said, it's a prestigious university. I knew that. I also have a personal connection to Manchester. I lived and worked there for 2 years before coming out to the UAE. So I knew that beforehand. And then looking at the courses, I initially wanted to do the global MBA. And then I was told about the global executive MBA. And as I said, looking for that credibility, the course just was huge. I knew it would have a huge impact on pushing me into let's say, boardrooms that I wasn't so confident in speaking in before, giving me that conviction in meetings, giving me that rounded profile that I was looking for, because my background was completely finance, and I knew that the course was going to be able to give me that ability to speak to supply chain, to operations, to marketing, to HR, and that's exactly what I got out of the course in the end. So to be able to join a course like that, where the entry requirements also allowed me access through experience, is exactly the reason I chose Manchester, and I've never looked back.
Thank you for that, Mitchell. Mitchell, you have done your program last, like 3 years ago, you graduated, yeah? Is it 2 years ago?
2024, I graduated.
2024, the Global Executive MBA. All right.
Yes. Yeah.
Thanks again, Mitchell, for that. Now let's talk about pretty much about the camaraderie amongst classmates. I think a lot of people would like to know, how was working with diverse individuals, different beliefs, different perceptions in life? How was that for you? Let's go to you, Sarah.
Yes, so this is really important, and this is reflected also in our jobs, like the networking and discussing things and meeting with different people. So as I've mentioned before, going to the workshops was such a plus for me. It was interesting for me to get to know people like from different backgrounds. They have different positions. They have different perspectives. The way that the ELIP works is also, it teaches you about those leadership skills. It equips you with the skills of how to navigate those conversations and have become an active listener and a person who always reflects, like critically reflects on your own thinking and on the discussions that you're having, and you can build on that. You can benefit from it. So this was really enjoyable for me. In fact, I didn't see it as the beginning. Of course, we all feel that it's a challenge, but once you're in there, it's a plus for you. It's a plus for your skills. It's a plus for your knowledge. It was very interesting, and I'm looking forward for next year. I feel more confident in coming to those workshops as well. So that's about it.
All right. Thanks, Sarah. And Chantelle, is it true that you're going to be having good friends when you study the program for life?
Yes. Honestly, I think one of the best things was the fact that we all were from such different backgrounds. And again, because don't want to plug COVID here, don't want that to happen again. But because COVID was happening during that time, everyone was coming in, and that was kind of our commonality of kind of the struggles of COVID at that particular time. But yeah, it was I think probably one of the best things that we came from different backgrounds. What we were doing in schools were quite different. And I say that because for some of the activities that we were going to do, what was great was that we all could participate in a different way, and we all had a way to give in and collaborate, and then collectively put something together. I think it's Dr. Paul always mentions where we had our meeting, our workshop, and it was like the first one back after, and I was like, no, I'm not going to be able to come because I hadn't booked it off of work, but I thought it was all going to be online, and then I realized they were actually in Dubai, and I messaged my boss and the head of school, and I was like, I have to go, and I just
Okay, I think we lost Chantelle there. All right, Chantelle,
Can you hear me?
can you hear us? Yes, I think we lost you for a bit.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so the
Sorry,
first
go ahead.
half I was online. Can you hear me now?
Go ahead, please. Thank you.
Yeah, the first half I was online with Dr. Paul, and then all of a sudden I was in real life. I was sitting in front of him, and he was like, "You're here." And I was like, "Yes, I can't believe you're in Dubai. There's no way that you'll be in Dubai, and I'm not going to join." So it was really lovely and great to see everyone that we've been talking to online and sharing those experiences online, just to see them face to face. And I think it was like Simon or Mitchell just said there, we all still talk. We all kind of graduated at different times, so that was really lovely as well. So when people were graduating, there was huge congratulations on the chat. So yeah, it's just been really nice to have that connection with people, and through that commonality of doing this course together.
And I'm sure you're still in WhatsApp group, eh? Chantelle?
I am.
All right, Malak, for you, second year into the program, how is that for you? How is the camaraderie amongst everyone?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with Sarah and Chantelle here. I think this is one of the most valuable points when I speak about the ELU program is the people that we get to meet coming from different backgrounds. I really like this a lot. And we sort of formed, for me, I feel like I formed like a bank of valuable networks and expertise that I can draw on whenever I need anything, which I have already done before. And the other thing is, yes, as I said, the different colleagues from different backgrounds. I like this, but what I really liked is that all of us in the Dubai cohort work in the Gulf region. So our day-to-day realities are very similar. This made our conversations and discussions much richer and the insights more relevant, and the networking was more valuable. And the most interesting part in our discussions, I believe, is that how discussions felt relevant to our own context, like we can all resonate. It all resonated to our context, but we also could reflect saying that back home, this happens this way, back home. So back home was different for each of us. But also the context that we work on is the same, is very similar to all of us. You get my point? So this was very interesting. And yes, as I said, it's a valuable bank of expertise that you can draw on. Like, for example, I was going through the MYP authorization process this year in a new IB school. And for those who know, it's a very challenging process. Among my colleagues, I have met educators who have gone through this process before. So it was very helpful for me to hear from them about their experience, what to avoid. And it was reassuring at the same time to hear from them. Another example is I met one of the colleagues who leads a professional development institute. So through them, I managed to get a very great PD opportunity for all our staff in the school. So I believe this is the greatest part of this program.
So would you say that you have done your first year already, Malak? Would you say that you have make use of that knowledge during the first year and used it now currently in what you're doing?
Yeah, I think yes, the first year had a great impact in me. I mean, first when I decided to join this, I decided to join this ultimately because I wanted to, let's say, climb the ladder and get promoted in a new school where opportunities are there, right? But I believe the greatest change that it brought to me is that, especially educators, when we take decisions, we draw on our experience, and our experience usually come from deep subject expertise. So I have taught this subject for many years. I know it very well. So my experience comes from this subject. But when you become an educational leader, your decisions will be taken away and beyond your subject expertise and your comfort zone. So you have to be ready for this, and you have to be ready for the difficult conversations that come up with leadership. And I think all the conversations that I've had with my colleagues, with the tutors, all the literature that we've read, the tasks that we've done, these things have given me the confidence to tackle those conversations and those decisions.
All right, that's good. Good to know. For Mitchell and Simon, same question, but you have a little bit of a different experience here because you have a small cohort of 24, 25 people back in the days of Global Executive MBA, and we're talking about most of you there who have more than 18 years plus experience. How was that for you, Mitchell? Working with them hand in hand.
Yeah, so having not just diverse backgrounds, but diverse experience backgrounds as well on the Gemba course. So we had, I mean, 2 chest physicians from Saudi. We had marketing experts. We had guys and girls with doctorates from sustainability backgrounds, and these are topics that I wouldn't necessarily have been interested in learning about, researching. But when you're doing projects with these team members, everybody's trying to draw from their experience to input into the project that you're working on. So you're automatically learning different parts of their experiences as well, which is an amazing learning curve. And I know there's a question in the chat there about doing the course in different locations worldwide, and the Gemba obviously gives you the opportunity to do that. And that kind of forces you into these, not forces, that's the wrong word, but encourages you into these situations where you're not just meeting people and learning how to deal with them in a business environment or a learning environment. You also out with them socially. I'm not going to go into too many stories of how social it got in the evenings and whatnot, but it really does bring you all together. And that's the fortunate part of having such a small cohort like that. So, yeah.
Thank you for that, Mitchell. In fact, we have a question, Simon, from Jeffrey Madsen. Simon and Mitchell, can you speak on the experience at campuses outside of Manchester? Having studied at Manchester campus previously, this is a huge appeal. How did those trips impact your studies, business, or connections moving forward? Simon.
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's a fundamental part of the experience, and I think it's a fundamental part of what Manchester can offer, which is great campuses and great education outside of a traditional UK university setting. And I've spoken about Dubai being a great place to study. We spent some time in Shanghai, and the Shanghai Centre is somewhere I would never normally go. I would, my life and my work wouldn't normally take me there. But to Mitchell's point, a group of you who've worked together before arriving in Shanghai, it's relatively new for everybody. And therefore, there's a sense of adventure, there's a sense of camaraderie, it brings people together. And, the hype on the way into it, where's everyone staying, what time, what flights are people on, who's arriving when, where are we going to go, what are we going to do? The social part of it becomes integral to the course. And the ability to do all of that during the day, and there's some long days because the projects are important, and as Mitchell and others have said, you find a way of working together, and you tend to find that somebody has some relevant experience to the particular problem you've been posed, and then as a group you work around it and you learn together. But then it doesn't really stop. You're going to sightsee together, you're going out in the evenings, and that creates a really memorable, powerful experience. And I think Manchester does a great job of hosting people, making sure everyone comes in and is equipped and ready to go. So, yeah, for me, it was very, very memorable. And I can't imagine an experience that doesn't include something like that. As I said, I think both Mitchell and I can testify to the quality of those centres and what you get out of it.
And looking back, Simon, with your peers in the Masters in Financial Management were actually stationed in the Gulf, how was that for you?
Yeah, great. I mean, I think, Malak mentioned the ability to have a conversation that was relevant through so many different lenses. So whatever the topic was, everyone had a particular view on it. And just the conversation is the power. It takes you into a whole new world of what's happening in Qatar, what's happening in Kuwait, what's happening in, you name it. The richness of that conversation, if you're based in the Gulf and you do business in the Gulf or you educate in the Gulf, that's such a learning flywheel that it just happens very naturally, and you naturally get into those conversations. So having those people around you, the diversity of the views, the diversity of the industries, it's the secret sauce that makes it work, I think.
Nice. Thanks for that, Simon. We encourage everybody to please type in your questions, use the chat box. If you wish us to allow you to speak, to ask questions directly to them, please do so. I have been receiving direct questions from those who doesn't want to mention their names. Let me just double check this now. One moment. To you, Mitchell. Where's the question to Mitchell? One moment. Let me just type in. I'm looking for that. There we go. As a finance director, you've seen businesses navigate periods of uncertainty and growth. What financial mindset do you believe young professionals need to develop to remain relevant in today's economy?
The mindset is that you have to be agile.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand it when people have this finance mindset that everything fits into a specific framework. Yes, there is frameworks, there's guidance, there's governance. They are all important things. But it's something the course definitely taught me, and what I've learned in my own experience, is that within finance, you have to be agile. You have to expect the unexpected. You have to be able to react quickly. And sometimes if you constrain yourselves within certain frameworks, if you stick to one mode of learning, for instance, within finance, you pigeonhole yourself into that role for the future. And the way that finance is going isn't like that. Finance is far more a business partner these days. And as I said, the reason I wanted to do the MBA was to become more rounded, so I could have influence over the business on a wider scale. Simon, by the sounds of it, has almost done the opposite, where he's got that experience and then he's trying to get in the finance side. But yeah, the roles are becoming merged. So the mindset I would have is not to pigeonhole finance as finance anymore. Like I say, it's a business partner, and they must have this mindset that they need to incorporate other parts of the business.
All right. Thanks, Mitchell. Simon, what motivated you to consider pursuing a master's in financial management after completing the Global Executive MBA? So is there any missing part there, Simon? Or if I want to do MSc
Yeah, it was about confidence building for me. So Gemba gives you a fantastic insight into a whole number of topics. And I come from an operational background. I was an engineer to start with. And so what you get through the Exec MBA is a really good, let's call it in-depth analysis of finance at a high level, but business at a high level. Yeah. What I needed, and I was stepping up to join the executive committee of the company. There was quite frankly, a lot of money involved. And I need to be far more confident when I was talking to our CFO and our directors about some of the concepts which were quite advanced that they were dealing with. And therefore, for me, it was about the next layer of detail, being able to learn those concepts and understand them, and then apply them in a safe space where you're not going to wipe, a lot of money off your share price overnight. So the ability to really go to the next layer of detail, to understand a lot of things that I was aware of and was being discussed around me, but I could learn and I could accelerate my understanding, and then build my confidence that as I was in those conversations, I had a frame of reference for what I was talking about, and that quite frankly, I'd given myself the best chance of leading the business in the right direction. So that was the core of why I went to that next level of detail.
So it has that added avenue, you would say, Simon, in terms of going to that extra layer of learning.
Yeah. I think in all of the topic areas, I mean, the Global MBA is a broad brush business qualification, at a high standard. I think if, like some of the other participants tonight, if you're picking on a specific topic, and mine was, financial management, then be prepared to go really deep into financial management and that theory, what it means, how you can apply it, how it can benefit. So yeah, mine was a very detailed trip into that world, because that's what I needed, after discussions, to be successful.
That's great. Thanks, Simon. Appreciate that. Sarah, where's your question? How did you balance managing your kids and studying at the same time? You said you have 3, earlier?
No, 2.
Two, sorry. Okay.
2 under 5. Very interesting question. Well, I will be honest. Of course, it's not great. It's not wonderful. It's challenging. It was very hard, but it's the mindset as well. It's because I knew what I have to do. I knew that this is the time for me to shift my focus completely to only my house, the kids, and my master's. So this is how I tried to balance my time. So I dedicated the weekends after I put the kids to sleep, at night. This is how I dedicated my time to studying. And there's no breaks. You should know. If you're a mother, if you're a parent, you should know that there is no break. It's just like our life. You're always in a hurry. You're always caught up with so many things. So it is challenging, but I know what's calming me down always is that you have to always put in your mind that it's temporary. So if you are struggling with your time, if there's a lot of things on your plate, just make sure that it's temporary. And whenever I think about the end result and what I'm actually seeing now, and how recognized the degree that I'm working on is, and whenever someone asks me where are you doing your master's, because of course in my field everyone is now striving to get positions and to do their master's, and whenever I say UOM, they know how well recognized this university is, and this always makes me feel yes, that's okay. I can't stay up till 12. So yes, I encourage everyone to do that because it's only temporary.
All right. Malak, for you, being a busy individual professionally, how did you manage to do that? Especially, in education, there's a lot of works to do, a lot of work to do. In fact, there are times that you barely sleep. I've seen my educators before; they barely sleep. So I want to ask you, Malak, how is that for you, though? How did you manage your time, studying and doing the teaching at the same time?
Yeah, I guess I can just respond by saying I'm not managing it. Uh, yeah, I agree with Sarah. It is challenging, but you get to see the value of it. It's an investment that pays back, and we need to put this extra effort. But I would say what helped me really is that just surround myself with the right support circle that I need all the time. People whom I know if I get pulled back, they will pull me back on track, and so on. It gets very tight sometimes around deadlines, and the support that was provided by the university was really great. And in some occasions, I had to request an extension to a deadline. The process was seamless, and they were very supportive. So this has helped me move forward. Again, as I said, the way each of us will do it can be differently. For me, I've dedicated my Saturdays to covering the material that I need to cover. And then around deadlines, I will have to work like a month before, dedicating every minute that I have after work to whatever I'm working on. But yes, it's doable. It is
So
doable.
the secret
Done,
way.
you're done.
Sorry.
And once you're done, you're done.
Okay, that's it. So the secret weapon for you, Malik, in terms of the best time and day to study is during the weekend. Are you saying that?
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
And how much time do you normally invest to it?
So I would say usually I do Saturdays early morning. I'm an early riser, so it's the best time of the day where I'm awake and I can think and achieve more, and I feel productive. So I dedicate, like, for example, let's say 6 hours of that day just doing that, and then I take a break, and that's it. So this has helped me keep up with the material and everything that I need to do.
That's very nice. Thanks, Malik. Question here in our chat box. I'd love to hear from the alumni. Where did the MBA truly position in the market? And further along after the MBA, what step do you think mattered most in turning your career into real momentum? Let's start with you, Mitchell. Mitchell, you hear me?
Right. Sorry, Justin.
Yeah. The question is that where did the MBA truly position you in the market? And further along after the MBA, what step do you think mattered most in turning your career into a real momentum?
As I said, I'm in the same position that I started when I did the MBA, which I was, let's say, punching up at the time, I felt. And going back to my previous comment, it really has given me the conviction, the confidence to move ahead, really make impact on the business. The business has nearly doubled in growth, in size, and we're talking decent numbers. And I've been ready for that change. It wasn't like I've been able to scale with the business because of what I learned on the course, because of what I went on to do after the course. So you mentioned there that I'm CGMA. I only did that after my MBA, and it was the completing my MBA that gave me the confidence to then go and complete that qualification. I also got a lot of credits for it from the MBA, so that helped. So yeah, it's pushed me on, certainly in those conversations, in those meetings. It's enabled me to address clients the way that I wanted to. It's enabled me to motivate teams, drive teams, build teams, diversify our services. I'm able to look at marketing in a different way, and it's just given me those, let's say, the kickstart I needed to really attack those avenues.
All right. Thanks, Mitchell. Simon, same question. What step do you think mattered most in turning your career into real momentum?
I think, well, relating it back to the MBA, I think it gives you a level of confidence that you know what you're talking about, and I think that in itself is pretty important in terms of building career momentum. I think everyone finishes something like this, a challenge like this, and feels very different. You feel you know more, you feel more competent, you feel more capable. You got a broader range of knowledge across a broader range of business topics, and then what you tend to find is that you show up differently in the workplace. You've got you've got more confidence, you can contribute in a different way, and that definitely builds momentum. There is no one single thing. You're certainly the same person at the end of it. You're exhausted and you're absolutely thrilled it's done, and you've achieved something that's really worthwhile. But over the longer term, I think it does give you a different perspective, and that contributes to building momentum to the next level of your career.
Okay. Thanks for that, Simon. This question applies. We can ask everybody here anyhow. Looking back, what's one thing you wish you would have done differently during the program? I'm sure, Sarah, you have received 4 of your grades already on your first year. But do you think you could have done differently during the program, would you say?
I've received 3
3?
during
Okay, sorry.
the last one now. Honestly, looking back at the past 3 modules, I just wish I was able to attend the online sessions because
Okay.
although that's great that they've offered like 2 different times for us, but still like they both coincide with different commitments that I have during the day. And this is why, like, because I enjoy those discussions, so I wish I was able to find the time and ask my questions to the professors directly. But honestly, looking back, this is the only thing that I would change, that I am working for the coming academic year with them. But I'm very happy with everything, and I'm very happy with the achievements that I've been making for the past 3 modules, and I'm looking forward for that specific one because so far this is the most interesting. And yeah, that's it.
All right. Thank you, Sarah. Malak, for you, you have done. You're in your second year now. You think you should have done differently? Some things that you have done differently?
No, not really. Looking back at this, I think I wish that I have started this a little earlier. Like
2
I
years
wish that I
before,
have done this
Malak, you mean?
2 years back.
2 years
Yes,
before.
the first day I met Remy. I should have started this the first day I met Remy. Yes. This is the only thing that I would change, starting it earlier when I had the time to actually dedicate more of my time towards this program. But I guess everything happens for a reason. So yeah, I'm enjoying the process as I said so far.
Excellent. Excellent. Thanks for that, Malak. Mitch, anything that you think that you could have done differently?
Maybe not had as many late nights in Singapore. No, honestly, when I did one of the networking sessions before I joined the MBA, and it was sort of speaking to alumnus like this, one of the advices I got was you get out of the course what you put into it. So you get enough support from the university. There's enough resources, the tools that they use, the support is there that it's very difficult to fail. But just passing is not everything that you get from the course. The more that you put into the course, the more you get out. And so I went into it with this mindset that I'm going to give it everything. And of course, you get distracted along the way, work, family life, etc. But yeah, I just really tried while I was on the course to give as much, especially in the team settings, because you very quickly in a small cohort get singled out if you're not giving as much effort as somebody else is, and then it makes it more difficult to work with people in the team. So no, absolutely, I don't regret anything that I did on the course. I certainly wouldn't have changed much, but just as a bit of advice, just to make sure you give as much, because whatever you give, you'll get back out of it.
Excellent. Thanks, Mitchell. Simon, for you?
Yeah, I definitely echo Mitchell's comments around putting your heart and soul into it, because you will get that back. I would say for me, I spent quite a long time trying to create the perfect conditions to do it, when really I should have just been doing it. And there isn't a perfect time. Life happens, doesn't it? And I was trying to think about where in my career timing should this be, and when might there be the optimal window. My advice would just be, if you want to do it, if you're on this call because you're interested in it, just go for it and figure the rest out as you go. Waiting for the perfect time, it just doesn't happen that way. So yeah, I would go for it, figure it out.
So Simon, if someone's going to ask you, a stranger ask you in the street saying that they probably know you from somewhere, that you have done an MBA or even a financial management, and they ask you, Simon, hey Simon, why do you think I should go to the University of Manchester?
Why do you think I should go to the University of Manchester?
Yes.
Well, why not? I think in terms of, I think we've talked about it at length. I think it's the sum of its parts, and it's greater than the sum of its parts. So you've got, a prestigious institution. I love the fact that there's 26 Nobel Prize winners come out of Manchester. That's an incredible statistic for a world-class university. But you do a great job of projecting teaching around the world. And I think the quality you get in Manchester is the same as the quality you get in Dubai, in Shanghai, in Singapore. So what do you want? You want prestigious background, some great rankings, as we saw at the top of the call, and you want great people teaching you, and you want to spend time with the right people. I think that mix is pretty powerful. And then there's a social element, there's a network element, there's a ongoing communication element that sits around it. But I think that's pretty hard to rival.
Thank you for that, Simon. Thank you for accepting our offer for tonight, Simon. I appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Malak, for you too. I mean, someone approached you and ask you, Malak, why do you think I should go with the University of Manchester and take up Masters in Education, Leadership, and Practice?
So again, I would say, again, as educators, your expertise is always your subject, the subject that you've taught, and the conversations that you need to do later on as a leader are very different from the ones that you do as a teacher. And hence, you need this confidence, and the confidence comes from this ELIP program. It comes from the literature that you read. It comes from the modules that you work on. It comes from your conversations with your tutors, your conversations with the experienced people that are in the same cohort. And this is what you gain from this if you're aiming to pursue a leadership position in education. This is number one. Number two is that it's a blended program. The networking is amazing. The opportunities that come your way because of this network is something that's worth going to Manchester, I believe.
Thank you for that, Malak. Truly a pleasure. I'll see you in Riyadh soon, very, very soon. Thank you. Sarah, someone approached you from Doha and asked you, you know what, Sarah, I just want to be just like you. Why do you think I should go with the University of Manchester in Dubai?
I second to my colleagues to what they said specifically about how prestigious the university is, and how like it's very well recognized, and it's an added plus to your resume, like you will stand out. And it's the module and the brochure, when they look at the modules and everything, it really aligns with the professional goal that they have, and this is what really stood out for me. And it's very interesting as well that as Malak mentioned, like the opportunity to be able to meet different people from different backgrounds was essential for me, as I did not want to only do online courses and online papers. So this also stood out for me. It's an excellent opportunity. It already showed me that I'm on the correct path. I'm already blooming in where I am now. It added so much value to my thinking. It added so much skills to my approach, to my mindset. I really now know what I'm talking about whenever I'm leading a or whenever we're discussing and collaborating. Like I can benefit whoever is around me, and I can also benefit from them. So it's just an excellent opportunity, and I really advise everyone to take on that challenge, and you will not regret it.
Thank you, Sarah, and all the best to you and your future endeavors. Thank you. Mitchell, same question. Why would I go to the University of Manchester and do or take up my Global Executive MBA or my Global MBA program?
I think I've talked about the program quite a lot and the support quite a lot from Manchester. What I'll talk about is post-graduation. And every time I go onto LinkedIn, and I'm a LinkedIn snob, I don't like reading long articles, these AI written articles, etc. on LinkedIn. But then if I see like the little badge there, when I see somebody is also alumni of the University of Manchester or MBS, I get a little butterfly, and I'm way more interested in what that person's got to say. But you only have to search, well, you don't have to search very far to see how many alumni speak highly of the University of Manchester and the courses that they've all done. I've attended a few of these. We're not getting paid to do this. We're doing this because we actually believe that it helped us. And if we can encourage even one person that's on the call to join, then, you know, good for them. And it makes us feel better. So, yeah, I really believe that everybody I know that did the course enjoyed it. There's nobody that didn't enjoy the course, nobody that really complained about the university or the studies. Everybody has been super supportive, and everybody I know that was within my cohort has gone on to do things like this, gone on to get acknowledgement from the university for being alumni, and that's amazing, especially from the University of Dubai.
Thank you, Mitchell. Appreciate it again. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna play a quick game for everybody, just to we end up this night a very nice one. So I'm gonna ask you. We always have this tradition that we do a quick talk at 10, wherein I ask you quick questions, and I think Mitchell have done this before, but you have to answer me back as quick as possible. All right. So very quickly, I go to everybody. So let's first start with Mitchell. Mitchell, early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Simon?
Definitely early bird, yeah.
Okay, Malak?
Early bird.
All right, all early birds. And Sarah?
Night out.
Seriously?
That's me.
All right, there you go. In-person meetings or virtual meetings, Mitchell?
In person.
Person, Simon?
Always in person.
Okay, Malak?
Yeah, email.
By email, okay. Sarah, that's counted virtual. Okay, let's put it that way, Sarah.
In person.
Okay, student study earlier or cram the night before? Mitchell?
Cram the night before.
Right, the night before, Simon?
But yeah, always the night before.
Okay, Malak?
Always the night before.
Okay, Sarah?
Same to me. Night before.
Okay, there you go. Lead from the front or empower from behind? Mitchell?
Lead from the front.
Okay, Simon?
To think about it.
Yeah, it's a good question. Same for me, lead from the front. Yeah.
Okay, Malak?
Lead from the front.
Okay, lead from the front, empower from behind. Sarah?
Very challenging. I wish I could do both. So
Give me one.
lead from the front.
Okay. Learn by doing or learn by studying? Mitchell?
Doing.
Doing. Simon?
Yeah, doing, definitely.
Okay. Malak?
Doing.
And Sarah?
Doing.
Okay. Last four. First person you told you're going back to school, Mitchell?
My wife.
Wife, Simon?
I think it ended up being my mum, actually, strangely.
Your mom?
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Malak?
My husband.
Okay. Apart from Remy, huh? That you're going back to school.
Yeah.
Sarah?
It was a video call with my mom and husband.
Okay. And AK, Akansha too, yeah? Sarah?
Definitely.
Akansha. All right. What is one thing you miss most about being a student? Very quickly, Mitchell. What do you miss of being a student?
The teamwork.
The team, okay. Simon?
Being in Dubai, without a doubt.
All right. I hope soon you travel back here, buddy.
Yeah.
Malak?
I'm still a student, so
Yeah, okay. At least for that time.
yeah, I say I miss Dubai as well.
Okay, Dubai. Okay, Sarah?
Yeah, still a student.
Okay. If you had to choose only one, the degree you earn or the person you became while earning it?
The person I became.
Okay, the person you became, Simon?
Yeah, hands down. That's the power.
Person you became. Thank you. Malak?
Yeah, of course, the person I became.
And you too, Sarah?
Same to me, the person I am today.
Last three questions. Thank you, Sarah. If a student asked for one success ingredient, what would that be? Mitchell?
Be open.
Be open. All right, Simon?
Don't give up.
Don't give up. Nice. Malak?
Be disciplined even when you hate it. Just wake up.
Okay. I love that. Sarah?
Focused.
Focus.
Stay focused.
Okay. Those are good 4 ones. Yeah, thank you very much. And lastly, Mitchell, one word that describe your educational journey.
Empowering.
Empowering. Simon.
I'd say it's pretty inspiring. Yeah.
All right. Inspiring. Malak.
I will borrow Mitchell's word, empowering.
Nice. Nice. Sarah.
Evolving.
Evolving. Nice. All right. Very good. I hope everybody can see us now so we can give you a big round of applause. Thank you very much, everybody. We really appreciate your time today. Thank you so much. Now, just before we
You're on mute, Jocelyn.
Jocelyn, you are muted.
Sorry. I was saying that a little bit of information before we end this session. Just one moment. Let me share my slide again. Okay. One moment, everybody. Okay, now we're back. So just want to inform everybody that before we end this session, open hour is happening on every Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. Please scan the QR code if you want to join. You want to talk to those person they have mentioned, like Remy. Akansh is on leave though, but we have the entire community of the recruitment team from Ronald to Samreen to Pia, and the support team will be there. Omar will be there in the team from Careers that will be more than happy to explain and help you out towards your educational journey with the University of Manchester here in Dubai. Also, upcoming events happening. We are back in our masterclass series on our second season, from Ideas to Impact, Managing Entrepreneurship and Innovation by Dr. Oswaldo, happening on July 6th. By the way, Malak, Sarah, Simon, and Mitchell, if you want to attend this event, you can also do so. I'm sure you have done negotiation skills back then, Simon, but if you want to be a part of this once again, you can do so. We're also going to be having a Leading in AI and Digital Transformation in Schools. This is going to be a good event, especially where we talk about AI, how to negotiate for great outcomes in AI world, of course, headed and will be taught by our very own professional, Malcolm Smith. I'll give you time to scan the QR code. This is a free of charge event for everybody. It gives you some sort of a teaser of what to expect when it comes to studying with the University of Manchester. All right. So this is the QR code that you can scan with for more information of our Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and of course, review us in Google if you may, to learn more about the University of Manchester, and also for us to be informed what are other things that we need to be improve on and how we can be of service to everybody. All right, Faris. Today today is a reminder that pursuing higher education is about much more than earning a degree. It's about challenging yourself, expanding your perspective, building meaningful connections, and creating opportunities for the future. Faris? You're on mute. Sorry, Faris.
Yes, Joseph, thank you as well for everyone who joined us this evening. We hope today's conversation has given you a genuine glimpse into what it means to be part of the University of Manchester community. Each journey is unique, but one thing remains consistent, that determination to grow, learn, and make a positive impact both professionally and personally.
If there's any one message we'd like you to take away tonight, it's that every achievement begins with a decision, the decision to take that first step. Whether you're still exploring your options or already considering your next academic move, we encourage you to continue asking questions, seeking opportunities, and investing in yourself.
And remember, when you join Manchester, you are not simply enrolling in a program. You are becoming part of a diverse global community of students, alumni, academics, and professionals who continue to support and inspire each other along after graduation. I'm Faris العنزي, and have a great evening ahead. Thank you. شكرا. يعطيكم العافية.
We look forward to welcoming many of you to the future events and perhaps one day hearing your own Manchester story. Your journey starts here. Your future starts now. With stronger ideas, stronger impact, stronger future, stronger together. A big hand again. And thank you to our guest panelists for today, from Mitchell to Simon to Sarah to Malak, and of course to Chantelle, that unfortunately she needs to go. And we really appreciate your time and efforts for tonight. Thank you very much. And to all of you who have attended our event, we really appreciate your time. And on behalf of our founding director, Randa Besizo, and the incredible University of Manchester Dubai team who made all this possible, my name is Jose Ranyola. Thank you all once again for joining us tonight, and have a great evening. Keep safe and remember to always to be that change. Until then, masalama everyone.